Hi, my name's Tim Stirrup, and I'm just going to show you some new and some useful features on your Better Giving dashboard. Once you've signed in, you'll see your dashboard where you can see any amounts that you've got in your savings or investment funds. Let's go down to the donations. Here's where you can see any donations that's come in, the kind of method that they've used, any kind of fees that have been applied, and you also see the details, including, if you've asked for it, their address. Donation forms, we've made some changes. You can see all the donation forms that you've created for use on different pages. You can see how much has been raised through each one, whether they're active or inactive, and you can also disable them if you need to. The next section is donors. This is a new section where you can see any donors that you've had, how many donations they've made, and you can also see if they're a subscriber. In other words, if they're making recurring donations. If you've got funds in your savings or investment accounts, then we have a section here for fund management, where we can see savings, and we can see how much interest you've received, and investments, where you can see how many dividends you've received. As always, you can transfer between the funds or withdraw them straight away. If we move down to the settings tab, this is just a reminder that you can add a message on the tax receipt to your donors to make it personal, to make them know that you really appreciate their support. You have up to 500 characters to use. I strongly suggest you use this. I'm almost certain that non-profits that use this get more donations than the non-profits who don't use this. It's a simple way to make sure you get more donations. And finally, for now, if we look back at a donation form, we have some new options. We were asked to be able to accept IRAs or QCDs, and that's now been enabled inside the tab. So this is really useful for making sure that your donors can donate in the ways that they want to donate. We've also made it so that the bank transfer, the ACH bank transfer, is right near the top. If you've embedded a form before which haven't had these on, you might need to come back to your Better Giving dashboard, go to the donation forms, create a new form, and embed a new form onto your page. Please note as well that if you look at these embed examples here, you can also see how to, for example, have a donation button where people click donate and then the form just hovers on top of their page. That's a really useful feature. We're seeing donations coming through from every single one of these methods. Every single one. If you haven't got these on your page, you won't be seeing those donations. It's a very simple change that will make a big impact to your work.